So I'm just gonna say this because I feel like a lot of Black Americans want this to be said. So if you're still playing with tethers, meaning that if all of your videos are now being becoming repetitive, where it's like, hey, this tether said this, and then you have like a whole talk piece with a bunch of tethers from the continent, and you're like, oh, well, us Black Americans, us FBA, are trying to establish ourselves. So we're about to delineate from y'all too, because what you guys are not understanding and you guys are not making known about Black Americans is we don't negotiate with terrorists, for one. And two, we don't negotiate with anybody. We don't have to report to anybody about what we're doing. We don't have to keep educating people about what we're doing. They can refer to all of the videos that have been made. So you guys making all these videos and these whole like talk sessions with a bunch of tethers, and it's honestly getting kind of annoying and childish, because I understand that's how some of y'all get money, but now you guys are making the movement look kind of childish and catty, like how they do it at that continent. So what Black Americans do, we make our statements known and then we continue moving. That's why a lot of our videos, like, don't get me wrong, roast them. Don't get me wrong, roast them. But y'all having whole talking conversations with them. Oh, I thought you Black Americans, like I get tired, honestly, of scrolling and seeing Black Americans even dealing with people that don't even have the intellect to be dealt with. Like, you guys are literally talking to children. They're not trying to be educated, they're trying to mock you. They're not trying to be educated, they're just trying to get energy out of you. They have no future. They're literally getting cut off from all of the freebies they're getting, so there's nothing further to say to them. So now moving forward, Black Americans as a whole, we should be connecting with each other. Black Americans as a whole should be pushing the end of birthright citizenship, so that we don't get tethered to these tethers anymore, so we don't have to deal with them. Our energy should be going towards informing the population about what these tethers are doing. So instead of you guys sitting here having talk pieces with the tethers, have talk pieces about the tethers. Hey, talk about how they're affecting us by all the misinformation they're constantly parroting. Doesn't that sound like it's a targeted attack? Doesn't that sound like a smear campaign? Why are you guys talking to the NPCs? They're so broke they can't afford AI, so they have the brainless, clucking, musky tethers doing all the NPC work for them, because that's the highest function. Black American had no culture. Black American had that's why they are being recruited for simple tasks around the world, like doing stuff like that. So what we need to do moving forward is we need to delineate from those conversations. Delineation means delineation means delineating from any tether talk, tether tactics, tether babbling, any of that. You're not supposed to let the tethers control the conversation. If they want to come to a live about you guys talking about how much the Somalis have reported in and stolen together, and you know how they negatively tell their community to go after child brides versus our biblical way of thinking. Like, you can do talk pieces like that. You don't always have to have tethers in the actual conversation. There's nothing for them to add to the conversation. They never say anything intelligent. They always try to mock somebody, and then, like I said, whenever you guys bring them on there, like, there is nothing new. Like, there is nothing new. So right now, I would love to see some of the videos you get of them eating their words. They said, oh, I work so hard, but they've been scamming. You can literally go to all these groups and say, hey, I work hard, and find the information and report it to the world. Everybody's trying to figure out what these tether thieves are doing, because they're also, see, you can help the government right now and help our cause, because the government's obviously scanning all this stuff for information too. You got to remember, why do you think they hire snitches? I'm not saying you got to be directly a snitch, but shoot, do some research. If enough of the information's out there, it's quite easy for them to vote the correct way, which is getting rid of the people that don't want to build with you, getting rid of the people that have communities where they literally teach their community members to discriminate against Americans, discriminate against practices that would be beneficial to them, like assimilating, right? A lot of these people are way too late with how late they waited to come out, but it's good that they're coming out. But hey, promote some of those stories. Use your platform for something positive. Like, no one's gonna care about these tethered talking points. They literally do the same thing over and over again. It just gets annoying because you guys are too intelligent for that. You really are. Like, you guys are now making your platforms look like a bunch of like just babbling and just fussing and stuff. Like, it's another thing if it was actually like almost like a, like for instance, rap battles or something. It would be different if there was actual good, replies and comebacks. But the tethers are just annoying. Like, honestly, there's nothing. And the crazy part is you can kind of close your eyes and it sounds like damn near every single black American is talking to the same tether. They same talking points, the same speech patterns, barely any voice ranges, like all the damn same. So it gets real annoying. It's just kind of like you guys are wasting your time. Use your platforms to help build the community. Use your platform to connect the community. Use your platform to report on what the tethers were doing, so that when the government is going through all of these videos, so when people are talking about things, they're listening to people that are intelligent. This is the thing. This is why we have to use our platforms, because a lot of people aren't getting the real news. A lot of people don't know, aren't listening to people that really know how to research. Our community knows how to do all these things. Present it in an interesting way, know how to do it in a multimedia way. And like I said, our community is promoting the truth. There is no community out there promoting the truth but our community. Everybody's promoting their truth, not the truth. And so that's why it's like people are now looking to us to inform them. So instead of you using your platform, because you're going to start losing people too. Nobody wants to report in to listen to some others talk now. They just want to see them like babbling back in their homeland, like literally. Like, if you're not like having them reporting in from them being kicked out of here for good, and or something like that, there's no reason to talk to them, because right now all they're going to do is be spiteful. All they're going to do is send a bunch of misinformation everywhere. So you may as well just use your platform to really help the movement. So delineate from tethered talking, delineate from tethered talking points. This is anything that's already been said, because you don't have to revisit it. I don't know if you've ever been in the class where the teacher just said, hey, you've been here for 4 years, you just gonna stay here. You just go, hey, just go sit in the corner. Don't talk to the students that understand what's going on. Don't talk to the students that are gonna make it to life, because obviously you don't have the motivation or the capacity to move on with the class. And we move forward. The tethers are not gonna understand things. It's not for them to understand. What you guys don't understand is you're literally talking to a brick wall. You're playing ping pong. It's like you're doing like this, but all it's doing is just sending a reply back. It doesn't matter what type, what direction is going. It's just like, uh, the black African DNA, no culture, baby mama, and then it's like everything that they say. It's like you could just do it like this with a mirror and be like, you guys do know everything you guys have said. You guys are the biggest pushers of all of this weirdo stuff, right? Including bush meat, including stuff we don't do, like bad hygiene, bush meat, carrying bush meat through the airport and stuff like that, stealing $8 billion, all of that stuff, and then getting on the computer and being dumb, where you have your IP address and all this other stuff connected, and thinking that they're not going to come find you when you threaten federal officers and stuff. But this is the community, like I said, that you guys have talking on your platform versus talking about them. Informing the population what they're doing, the extreme beliefs that they have. There's a lot of people that didn't know that Somalis go after children, and they teach each other to do that. The child bride situation. And so imagine how much more beneficial it would be to use your platform for that than to talk to tethers babbling about the same thing we talked about last year. So delineate from it, please. And thank you. I love y'all. Continue the good work. Have a great day.